Hey ladies, I really hope that you guys can hear me because I am not at my usual setup right now. I'm on my phone. Um, but I'm just kind of waiting in my car, so I decided to go live. Hold on. It's weird. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Oops. I don't even know. It's so weird to do this on a cell phone because I don't know if it works. Wait a minute. Hold on. I don't know if y'all can hear me still, but all right. I'm back. God, can you guys hear me? Like, am I tripping? Let me stop this. Okay. Anyways, I really hope you guys can hear me because that will really be annoying if I play this back. I can't be heard or anything. I'm also not sure why I can't see any comments, but anyways. So happy Sunday. I hope it's not too late. This is really late compared to the usual time that I go live, but I just had to come on and talk about this. So let's just get right into it. So this article came out on the Black Brazilian News website, and I know it's in, their language, which I believe is Portuguese, if I'm not mistaken, the Brazilian language. So obviously a lot of us won't be able to read that, but what it basically says is North American YouTuber is encouraging sex tourism. And in those quotations there, it says, "Are Brazilian women easy?" So I don't know if you guys know the YouTuber or heard about him, Austin Holloman. He comes on YouTube basically to talk about being in Brazil and for the most part being a passport bro, right? Encouraging black men to get their passports and to go to Brazil because they think the women are easier, they think the women are better, more feminine, more fit, more friendly. And there's technically black woman there, black Brazilian woman. So in the eyes of those black men, it's kind of like the best of both worlds. They can get a black woman who's not American, marry her and have black children, right? So that's their whole thing on Austin Holloman's channel with a lot of these passport bros, right? But this video he put out, so this article went viral over there on their Black Brazilian News, but it started with a video that Austin Holloman did where he interviewed a Brazilian girl and he asked her a series of questions that at first weren't too bad, and then it escalated to kind of being very inappropriate. The first question he asked her was something along the lines of, "Would you kiss on a first date?" And the Brazilian girl responded, "Yes." And then he asked her, "Would you kiss me?" And then she said yes, but I guess he didn't actually kiss her. It was just a question. And then after that, he asked her, "Would you go home on the first date?" And then she said, "Sure, why not?" So then after that interview with that girl, he concluded by saying to his viewers, the passport bros, that, see the women in Brazil are much easier to deal with. You'll get what you want, apparently. Just making it seem like Brazilian women are so easy. So ditch your country and come to Brazil to have easy sex with these women. So that video went viral, and that's why the Black Brazilians wrote an article about it, claiming that Austin Holloman, the North American YouTuber, is conspiring to have more American men come over to Brazil to have sex with these vulnerable Brazilian women, right? So let me also post to you guys some more comments that a lot of the Brazilian women are saying about foreign American men who come over to their country expecting sex. So the same person posted this as their caption. It says, "I took the videos from here and prints because I don't want to keep seeing this person on my networks nor the violent messages of their actions. Now, this was written originally in Portuguese, but it was translated because, on Instagram, you can like translate different languages. And it says, in one of those videos, the faces of some of the girls he filmed appear, but now all the material has been forwarded to the competent authorities, and the girls who unfortunately were filmed and put in a questionable way, at least on his channel, are already with the necessary legal support. This is right now. I hope more people mobilize against this group of men who keep calling themselves passport bros and who keep encouraging travel to countries like Brazil, Philippines, Colombia, Puerto Rico for sexual purposes. We need to denounce these channels and practices that create misogynistic stereotypes that fall on all of us Brazilian and or Latina women. I want to remind you that not every American man is compact with such practices, but foreign men do need to understand the imperialist nuances of some sexist actions that they have towards women from countries like Brazil. So this is not a dead conversation here. Let's talk about it more. Let's think about campaigns. Carnival is around the corner, and we know that many foreigners come to Brazil to enjoy this party. May enjoyment be with respect, and may we become more and more aware of the sexist nuances of some practices. So this is just very interesting because when I did make a video about the passport bros and to address them, basically the video was titled "Shout Out to the Passport Bros," and I said in that video, that I thank them. I thank them for leaving because women here don't want men that, number one, don't want to be around and have such a generalized problem with the majority of women that are even around them in the first place. They should go. Go to these women that have nothing else going on, unfortunately, that are poor, that are destitute, and they will accept, or not, I don't want to say accept, but they will really think your 30K salary and your 30 and 40K salary is something extravagant, because women here in the US, we just don't consider that extravagant. Women make 30 to 40K as well. So it's just not a big deal to us. But now that the passport bros, right, is going mainstream a little bit, getting more traction, it's spreading all over the internet, the women from these countries are hearing about it, and these women are not as fit, feminine, and friendly as traditional as these guys may think. And this is what happens when you wait until you're freaking 40 to get your passport, until you're freaking 45 to understand what other countries are about. You're under this illusion that it's just so much better. You're under this illusion that everything is easy peasy, especially when it's a country that doesn't have as much infrastructure compared to here in the US. It's actually worse in those countries. Those women go through so much. They go through so much sexual crimes, um, and all types of other things because they're poor, because they have no resources and no real support. And for you to think you're just going to go to a country and play Captain Save-A-Ho and try to get these women to be on your ball, on your on your team and be on your ballpark, like that's just not going to happen. Those women, a lot of people that are from a certain country, they tend to like their country. They tend to not look for an escape plan. Women who live in America aren't trying to go to the Philippines and live and start a new life. And the women for the Philippines, although some would love to come to America, probably more than the women that would want to go there, a lot of women from the Philippines do love their culture, and they don't want to change that for a man that they don't know, that found out about her through the internet. That's not very common. And we clearly can see that now with these Brazilian women speaking up. Now, the men are labeling them as these feminists that, since feminist is apparently spread all over the world, it has infiltrated some of these countries. So some of the women are starting to think like American women, but it's really not about feminism. It's about safety and human rights. And a lot of these women don't want to be swooped up and captive and held captive by an American guy who doesn't have a life, essentially, and he just can't get it together in his own home area, and he's going to travel across the world just to find a wife, just to find a spouse. Like, that's embarrassing, and it is extremely predatory. So some of the comments on this post: one Brazilian woman says, worse is that he posted on YouTube that he is being threatened and that the feminists want to take down his channel. He did lives, and there are several guys giving him money, boosting the content. I live in Puerto Rico, and there is a huge gringo go home movement embracing this type of behavior. And for you ladies who don't know, gringo is, their term for American, specifically like American men is usually, how it's used when they say it. And then the response comment to that, hashtag gringo go home, hashtag passport bros, and at BB the Mellow need to be fought. People answer for their actions, and the victims are women, children, vulnerable people mainly, taught and protected from these predators. Fire in them. So these women are, they're spreading the word that these men want to come and just have some sex with them. And obviously, guys, sex tourism isn't new. Passport bros, the hashtag may be kind of new, but the actions of men going to these countries for sex, that's not new. Okay, that's old news. And there's plenty of women who have been fighting it for decades, probably like hundreds of years, most likely, right? And so it's the new generation of women who are following course. And now, since we have the internet, it's much easier to gain resources, to share and spread information. So as far as this YouTuber Austin Holloman, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be safe for him to go back. He's even made a video responding to this himself, and I didn't watch it because I saw this information on another channel. But he does say in that video that it's not safe for him to return to Brazil because he believes he's going to get taken out from posting videos that describe Brazilian women as easy licks, that they can get better than here in the United States. And let me just be clear here. Here in the U.S., the notion of like sexual liberation and free the nipple and all this other crap, that's an American thing. American women started doing this first. So to be honest, when men say the women here aren't easy, you got to work hard and let's just go to Brazil and the Philippines where it's easier, it's just kind of like, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. You're just weird. There's plenty of women in the United States who are very sexually liberated, and I don't mean no shade, I don't mean no judgment, and I'm also not trying to promote that actually, but I'm just saying what's real. Like there are women here that will go home on a first date. Like that's not a foreign woman thing to do. Women here do that. Just say that you're a lame. Just say that you're weird. Say that you're socially awkward. Say that you're boring and you just can't get a woman to go home with you, which is why you need to go out of the country, thousands of miles away, to find a woman who is poor, broke, destitute, in constant danger every single day, to be the only one who's going to see you as acceptable. Just say that. It's much easier to admit that because if you're going to be on here talking like this and being like this, you're going to look even more crazier. So then I went on Reddit, right? And I saw more. Apparently, there's like Latino or Latina Reddit thread, and they have already posted stuff about this in the first place. Let me see. Well, here's one of the comments. It says maybe it's a good thing that Cuba is portrayed as a hole to gringos. Actually, that'll keep them far, far away from our country. Please, a lot of Europeans and Canadians go to Cuba to do the same thing, though. I think I had more. However, hold on. Okay, apparently didn't, but they have threads in these countries like pleading that these men stay away from them. So all these videos that I'm saying I haven't really addressed, and I generally don't care to address every single thing, but I do in general commentary and critiques on manosphere, and a lot of the reasons that passport bros are even going over there is because they have a problem with black women, but these women clearly don't want y'all either, right? Clearly. Wait a minute. Hold up now. Okay. My bad. I hope you guys can hear me again. I had to leave really quick. I cannot see your guys' comments, but I had to go on actual YouTube to check. So, hey, uppity. Hey, ladies. Yeah, it's a live. It's a late live. I might start doing lives a little bit later. Just, because. But this information is starting to go viral to the women over there. And I know a lot of women here don't care. And it quite frankly is ridiculous to think this. But the propaganda that these men are putting out there, like these women are waiting for them and ready to have them and ready to see them, is just not the case. And I did mention in my passport videos that it's going to come a time where the legal officials of these countries are going to start banning a lot of these guys. They're going to start understanding how these guys look. They're going to understand where these guys all come from, and they're going to ban them specifically from coming in or have them watched and supervised, or only allow them to stay in certain areas where they are not close to vulnerable women. So maybe areas where they're next to the police station or something, just areas where they don't have a lot of access and they won't have any choice but to only go there unless it's for serious, business purposes. So the next part of this thread, I absolutely hate gringos. And then an actual, gringo, once I said, means American. And then an American guy responded and said, "We don't think about you at all." The person responded, "Why would you think saying that in a Latin sub was an epic own? Because he's American, can expect much from them. They have to skip classes because of the school shootings." Brothers, they're literally, so they, these people, I'm not offended by this as I am an American woman, because I would be pissed if someone was trying to come to here to just try to influence me as well. Like that wouldn't make me feel that wouldn't make me feel good either. And yes, I would be like, stay away because you're putting me in a vulnerable place and the other people that I love. And so another foreign person, about the port videos, she says, "I hate these videos so much. There's a bunch of these channels around YouTube. It's always a quote unquote brother doing some creepy shooting." Another South American says, "I hate the fetish of our culture. I hate the fetish of our culture." So these people are posting this online, um, making it clear that they are not for what's going on. And the more this gets traction on their internet, the more that people are going to take action. They're legal officials. And a lot of the passport bros will say, "Well, no, they're not, because the passport bros will come over there and offer money to stimulate their economy by spending, on the tourism and things like that." But a lot of these countries have a very, very solid and strong culture, and they will reject your predatory money to preserve the richness of their culture. They're not going to sell out their cultures for your cash so that you can get an easy lick. So I don't really know why I can't see your guys' comments on here. It's driving me crazy. Um, all right. I had to go look at the comments. But yes, these comments and this story it's disgusting. Um, these guys they're going to get got once again. It's hit mainstream in the Black Brazilian news. And so now all of these women know about it. And the main YouTuber who was pushing the Passport Bros movement, he is now under fire and probably can't even go back to Brazil ever again, because he's now like blacklisted as the guy who goes on YouTube and here in the States and tells everyone that Brazilian women are easy whores. And no group of women that has such a rich culture, such as Brazilian, Puerto Rican culture, and all these cultures that are just very rich and traditional, they're not going to stand by while you come online and tell them that they're easy to take home and easy to lick, and they'll just wait on you hand and foot. It just doesn't work like that. So I hope you ladies enjoyed this video. I'm going to leave this up. Unfortunately, I have to go. I am on my phone. I'm in my car waiting for some sushi. So I wanted to come on and tell you ladies about this. So let me know what you ladies think in the comments, and I will talk to you ladies in the next one. Bye.